All right, welcome to the best kept secret in business. This is the crazy world of service-based arbitrage. It's a brand new way for you to be able to create recurring income on a monthly basis from anywhere in the world by helping other businesses grow. It's an absolute blast. So I'm super excited to cover everything with you, at least at a high level, so you're able to better understand what it is, why it would be important for you potentially to understand it, and how you can use it. So let's break it down from the very, very top. I'm going to bring up my whiteboard for just a second. What I want to go over is why it's called service based arbitrage. So if we look at service based, right, at the beginning, this is going to be a company that you're going to be able to help that is a service type company. These people could be like an HVAC company, an electrician, a plumber, a lawyer or attorney, a dentist, etc. Right? Like anybody that is in a service-based industry, you can help with this business model, which is so much fun. I'm so excited for you to be able to understand it better. The arbitrage side of what goes on in this is what you get to keep from the deal, right? At a very high level, what's going to be happening is you're going to be helping one of these business owners, right, grow their company through marketing, but you don't actually have to do the work. And I'm going to show you exactly how that takes place. It's through something that I call a pocket-sized partner. So I'll teach you all about that in just a little bit here. I want to talk to you a little bit about what a general contractor is. All right. You guys know if you were to go build a home right now, you could go to a general contractor or a home building company, give them a bunch of money, and chances are the owner of that company is not going to do any of the work. They probably won't touch a hammer or nails the entire time, right? What they're going to do is they're going to find people called subcontractors to do the work. So they'll find somebody that can do the basement. They'll find people that can do the roof. They'll find people that can do the yard, right? All of this stuff, so that the owner of that company doesn't actually have to do the work, right? This is a really great business model because it allows the owner to be able to kind of be the face of the company, but not have to do the heavy lifting, right? That's my goal for you. I want to make sure that you understand how you can run your own digital company without having to do the heavy lifting or any of the work. So we'll dive more into that here. There is something between a business owner and a potential customer that I call a value gap. Okay. A value gap grows, gets bigger and deeper based off of the how much a business owner knows about what you can provide, right? For a solution. This is what I mean by that. Look at an HVAC owner, somebody that does heating, air conditioning, that type of business. Chances are the individual who owns this company, this type of business, is a good old boy, right? Meaning that maybe his dad taught him how to do it, or her dad taught him how to her to do it, or grandpa, right? They love what they do. They're really good at it, but they probably don't know how to market their company digitally. That's not their trade. That means there's a very large value gap, right? Something that you can do to provide a solution. Whenever there is a value gap, there's always money to be made. So you want to identify people, an industry, a niche where the value gap is very large. Home services is a place where that value gap is big, right? Again, think of a plumber, same type of thing. An electrician, same type of thing. Basement remodelers, vinyl fencing, pergola builders, right? Epoxy flooring. All of these companies or these types of businesses have a major value gap between their trade and marketing, digital marketing. They don't know how to do it, right? And so they need somebody to come help them and give them a hand. It's really, really exciting to know that you have the ability to go make their life infinitely easier by having somebody else do the work while you get paid a bunch and also serve them in the process. Again, we're going to kind of dive down deeper into how this works and why it works so well as we go along here. But these really are secrets to owning a company that doesn't have to have so much stress or risk, right? It's a ton of fun to do this. I've done service-based arbitrage for a long time and I absolutely love it. It's just so much fun. Not only because you get to help companies, but because it provides you more freedom, right? More time with the people you love or doing things that are enjoyable. So I want to talk about the only business model that really matters. Okay, I remember I got an MBA, and I wouldn't recommend that for anybody. But there was this book that was just it was huge, and it was all different business models, and it seemed way overcomplicated. So I'm going to draw something else here on the whiteboard that I think will help illustrate the only business model you'll really ever need, okay? So generally what we see in business is a 3-tiered system, okay? So we have a consumer, we'll put a C here. We have somebody who is providing the service, we'll call them a wholesaler or a provider. And then down here at the bottom, we have a manufacturer. If you don't think that this is how it works everywhere, just think about it for a second. For a moment, let's look at eggs, all right? So eggs, there is a chicken farmer, right? Or somebody that raises chickens and gets eggs. Then you have a wholesaler or somebody that's going to provide this this product or service, right? So we could take someplace like, I don't know, a grocery store, Kroger or Walmart or Smith's. We'll put Walmart, right? Walmart right here. They are going to negotiate with these farmers a price for eggs, and then they're going to resell them to the consumer. Right. This is what we see all over the place, right? So eggs are manufactured. There's a wholesaler that buys them at a less expensive price, and then they sell it to the consumer. Now, the difference in this price that Walmart sells the eggs to you at could be called arbitrage, right? They're buying the eggs and selling them at a higher price and collecting the difference. So let me show you something else that makes sense here. Again, you can find it anywhere and almost everywhere that businesses are around, right? So right here at the very, very top, right, we have the consumer, we have the wholesaler or the provider, and then once again, we have the manufacturer. So we'll put manufacturer, wholesaler or provider, and the consumer. Think about houses, right? Somebody's going to build the house, so we'll put that here, the home builder, and then somebody's going to sell the house, right? The real estate agent, and there's going to be somebody who buys the house, the consumer. Right. In this case, the consumer is going to purchase the house and the real estate agent is going to collect a fee, right? Same type of model around here. Same type of deal as well when we look at anything else that we're buying, whether that's fun little bikes or dog food, whatever it is from the store, right? It's this type of model. So you can utilize this big time to your advantage. And we're going to talk about how and why. So check this out really quick. Let's just say that over here, you've got an individual, and we'll just call him Bill. This is Bill. Let's say he's a plumber, right? Bill is really good at what he does. He's been doing it for about 10 years. He knows how to fix pipes and fix your kitchen, your bathroom, whatever it is, right? So up here, there's a ginormous value gap because Bill doesn't know anything about how to market his company very well. He wants some help with it. And then he's got a potential customer up here. We'll call this guy Jim. Right? Jim wants to be able to have help from somebody like Bill, right? But he doesn't know where to find Bill. And if Bill doesn't know how to market his company, chances are Jim's going to pick somebody else. And what does that mean? That means Bill just lost money. So we want to help Bill be found easier. So let's go back to our 3-tiered business model here. All right. And make sense of all of this. First of all, we're going to have somebody who can actually do the work, that can manufacture the service that we need, helping Bill, right? This is what I would call a pocket-sized partner, okay? A PSP. In the middle, we're going to have you. So we'll put you right here. Somebody that can actually go to Bill, be the face for your company, and sell this, right, to Bill. And then you're going to actually have Bill here at the top. He's the consumer in this case because he wants to grow his business. So let's say you go to Bill and you say, hey, my friend, here's the deal. I am going to charge you $2,000. So here's a price point. $2,000 to start working with me. That would go directly into your bank account. And that could be like a startup cost, right? A way to get things moving along for Bill. And then let's say that you charge him $800 per month to actually market his company. Maybe you're going to help him show up a little bit higher on search engines so that when people look for Bill, they don't have such a tough time finding him, right? He's not buried back on page 7 or 8 of Google or something, right? Where no one's going to find him. That's no man's land, right? So you're able to help him. Now, here's the cool thing. You don't need to know how to do that work, right? This is really powerful. Just like, think of the general contractor that we talked about before. He or she doesn't need to know how to build the home. He just needs to make sure that he or she has individuals that do know how to build a home, called subcontractors, or as I call them, pocket-sized partners. So in this case, as long as you have somebody that knows how to actually do this work for Bill, you're in business, and you're in a really great business. And I'm going to talk about how this is very, very, very low risk and very lucrative, make you a lot of money in just a second, so that it helps make sense of this as well. All right. Why you can do it from anywhere in the world. So let's say that your pocket-sized partner is going to charge you $200 a month to help bill. Well, what does this mean for you? First of all, you just got paid $2,000, right? Really, really powerful. That went into your bank account. That's awesome. You got paid to collect recurring income, because now you're going to be making $800 a month. You're only going to give $200 away to the pocket-sized partner. So now you're making $600 a month doing none of the work, or very, very little work. Isn't that amazing? Right? Imagine what that could be like for you. What if you had 10 customers? And what if you charged them each $2,000 startups? That's $20,000. 600 times 10, that's $6,000 a month. That could be kind of cool. What if you had more customers? What if you didn't charge a startup fee? Still, you would have, if you had 10 customers, 600 times 10, $6,000 a month with just this price point. Now, because you would own the business, it would be your company, right? Your service-based arbitrage company. You could charge whatever you would like.
$1 million.
But I'm just using this as an example to help you understand kind of how it is and why this works so well, okay? I hope that makes sense. I really want to make sure you're taking care of it. If this doesn't make sense, you have any questions about it, please book a call with somebody on my team. Would love to help you. But this stuff works really well. Let's say there was an individual, right? And his name was Harry, right? Harry owns a dental office or something like that, right? So dental office, and let's say you're wanting to build a website for Harry. Well, here's what's cool. If you go to his website and it looks really old, like it was built in the 90s or something, chances are this guy is going to be losing business because his competitors have something that looks nice. So what if you called Harry? Now, again, we're going to do a 3-tier thing here. You'll be right here in the middle. What if you give Harry a call? You say, hey, brother, we need to make sure that your website represents the type of business that you own, right? We want to make sure that you're taken care of. We want to make sure that when people come to your website, it's got some mega curb appeal, so they choose you over your competitors. And he says, yeah, I know. I've been thinking about getting my website updated anyway. I need to make this happen, right? And so he says, yeah, I would love to do this. So let's say hypothetically, you charge Harry $7,000 to build him a new website. Well, where does that money go? This is so fun for you, right? This is awesome. That money would go directly into your bank account. So again, we'll put Harry up here. This is Harry up at the top. He's the consumer. You would be the provider or the wholesaler, right? And then we're going to make sure that we have a pocket-sized partner down here that can actually do the work. You don't need to know how to build websites, right? And that's tough work. You want to offload that. That's the heavy lifting. So what if you had somebody build this website, but it only costs you $500? So $7,000 would come into your bank account, and now you're going to give away $500 to the pocket-sized partner. What do you get to keep without having to do the heavy lifting or very, very little work, right? You would profit $6,500. So you may be thinking now, like, why would I use service-based arbitrage? What are the benefits of service-based arbitrage in comparison to all of these other opportunities that are out there? In my opinion, it's the very, very best business model ever for very low risk and the ability to create a lot of cash flow, okay? Super important. This is why. Let's say that you were wanting to buy homes. You wanted to buy real estate to be able to make cash flow. First of all, it's a mega pay to play. I'm not saying real estate's bad. Real estate is great. There's tax benefits. You can increase your equity in a property as your principal is paid down or as the asset appreciates. But boy, when it comes to cash flow, it can be a tough go with real estate. Let me tell you what I mean. Let's say you bought a house right now for $500,000 as an investment property. That means it's not going to be owner occupied. You're not planning to live in it. You're just going to rent it out to people. So let's say you go into real estate and you you buy this house. First of all, if it's $500K, chances are they're going to want a 20% down payment if it's not owner occupied, right? That means you're going to have to come up with $100,000. All right. So you put the $100,000 into this property that you're planning to rent. Now you're going to have to pay $400,000 plus interest over the next usually 15 to 30 years, right? With a mortgage. Let's just say that your mortgage is $3,000 a month, right? And let's say that you can rent this property out for $3,200 a month. So in this case, if you can get people to rent it, you're going to be making $200 in cash flow. But this comes with a lot of risks. What I mean by that is there's not a lot of cash flow coming from that ginormous investment you made. You paid $100,000. Now you're only making $200 a month. Again, there's the other benefits of real estate, but when we're looking strictly at cash flow, it's a tough go here, right? Not to mention, what if there's some repairs on this house, right? What if you need to fix the air conditioning or the heating, right? And it costs you $5,000. Man, this is tough because that $200 in cash flow you were making annualized is $2,400. 200 times 12, 2,400. Multiply that by 2 years, it's 4,800. That means you've eaten up all of your cash flow for 2 years if that repair costs you $5,000. That's a bummer deal, isn't it? Right? So it's very risky. That's risky, but also what if the economy turns down and your renter has to move out? Who's responsible for that mortgage? You would be, right? You'd have $3,000 that you were responsible to pay until you could get renters in there. And let's just say you owned 10 homes. That could be tough. Take 3,000 times 10, it's $30,000 a month you would be responsible for if your renters moved. Now that's risky. Service-based arbitrage is different. It's new. It allows you not to have that risk. Let's say that you've got Bill the plumber, all right? And let's say that he's paying you, like we talked about before, $800 a month. First of all, look at your cash flow option. Did you have to invest any money in order to start working with Bill? No, right? You didn't have to invest any money at all to work with Bill. Let's say that he pays you the startup fee. So you're not paying $100,000, right, to start working with Bill. Let's say he pays you the $2,000. Now that's in your bank account. Now you're going to charge him $800 a month. Well, wait a minute. This is nice.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Because let's say your pocket-sized partner is $200. You're collecting $600 a month, 3 times more than our example with the home. And there's no risk. What I mean by that is, let's say that Bill stays for months or years, however long he stays, and then he decides to move on and do something a little bit different. That's okay. You're not going to have any obligations to pay for the pocket-sized partner when you're not serving Bill. So that $200 that was going out to your PSP no longer is there if Bill isn't working with you, right? That's really exciting. It's not like the mortgage that sticks around for 15 or 30 years that you have to pay. So that eliminates a lot of the risk. All you need to do is find somebody else like Bill and start serving them, right? The great thing about service-based arbitrage is you can actually put people into agreements, just like you could in real estate. Now you could do a month-to-month type agreement, or you could do a 6-month agreement, or a 12-month, 18-month, 2-year type thing. You can do the same thing with service-based arbitrage with so much less risk while making a whole lot more in cash flow. It's very, very easy to learn how to do this, right? It's not a complicated model. It doesn't require a ton of brain-busting type math, right? It's pretty easy. What it boils down to is just being able to apply it, right? Take that easy, simple model that we've already talked about with the consumer, the wholesaler or the provider, and the manufacturer, and you have a solution, right, for your company. You've got a way to be able to serve people and make a lot of money in the process. The other thing that's exciting about this is there is no need for venture capital, right, on the back end, or debt. To start this, if you're going to go find somebody that needs help, you're not going to have to go raise a bunch of money, right, to build a big old product or to hire programmers to code something, right? All you need to do is find somebody who needs a hand. I'm going to show you some ways that you can actually find people, things that are meaningful for you, right? So yeah, we've talked a little bit about cash flow and how it helps you create time. I wanted just to make sure that I highlighted this before we move on, right? So cash flow is the key to freedom. It's the monthly recurring amount that you have coming in that allows you to be able to go do all of these fun things that you want to do. For example, let's say that you want to go to Mexico on a vacation. Well, how fun. Let's say you've got a bunch of clients that are paying you monthly, but you've got pocket-sized partners that are serving them, making sure they're taken care of. You can go to Mexico, spend some money on your vacation, having an absolute blast, and get paid to do it. Right? Isn't that crazy? So fun. Just imagine what that might be like. Imagine sitting on the beach. Your toes are in the sand. The sun is setting. Feels warm and cozy. Maybe you're holding the hand of your sweetheart, right? And you're sipping some drink that you enjoy, right? And all of a sudden you get a notification on your phone and you see that a certain amount of money came into your bank account. I've experienced this type of thing where I've been on a fun vacation and had money coming into my bank account, right? While I was there, I want you to be able to experience that too, right? These are the secrets, the best kept secrets of service-based arbitrage. It is so much fun. Okay, so how do you do it? I want to dive into the how behind all of this, okay? I teach people something called the $0 framework. All right. The $0 framework comprises four things, right? Comprised of four things. Number one, you need to be able to find people, right? Number two, you need to be able to get paid. Three, you need to be able to provide value to these people that are going to be paying you. And number four, you repeat. So find, get paid, provide value, repeat. That's the $0 framework. And unfortunately, a lot of people do it just the opposite. Okay. What they'll do is they will find somebody and then they'll try to provide value, even if it costs them a bunch of money first, and that puts them in a risky situation. And if things don't work out, then they can end up a creek, right, with no paddle. That's not what I want for you. So we're going to find people who need help. We're going to get paid. We're going to provide value, and we're going to repeat. Okay. So first of all, how do we find people, right? What's the best way to find people? Well, first of all, again, if you're interested in learning more about how this works, you can schedule a call with my team. We can teach you some super cool stuff, but I want to go over some high level stuff right now, right? Finding people you can do on social media. There's really great resources. I've helped people through Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn, right? There's all kinds of cool tools. Now there's things like there's Threads, there's Twitter, all kinds of great ways to be able to reach out to people through a direct message, right? Or through commenting, through providing value, right? Posting meaningful things, people kind of figuring out who you are, having kind of a social billboard. They go to your profile page, like, man, who is this? What do they do? They go to your website, they click on it, they book a call, whatever it might be, right? Social media can be a great way to find. Another thing that you can do to find people, okay? You can actually call them, right? And there's some great tools to be able to aggregate data where you can give these people a call, right? Let's say that you're able to aggregate, 200 different business owners that are HVAC owners, right? People like Bill, right? The plumber, right? And you're able to give them a call and close deals that way. That can work really well. You can also learn how to run ads, right? To people, to target individuals. Again, like if you're interested in this stuff, we can show you how. We can also show you how a pocket-sized partner can do those things, right? So you can run ads to find people, or you can have a pocket-sized partner help you out with that. But that's another really great way to be able to actually find individuals that you can serve, okay? Extra exciting. Now we need to talk about getting paid, okay? This is fun. When you use a subscription service like Netflix, what you'll notice is that they collect a credit card and then money comes out of your account every single month to pay for that service. This is smart of Netflix, right? They're going to collect payment. They're actually following the $0 framework. They're going to find somebody who's interested in their service. You're going to pay them for the service. Now they're going to provide you that service. They're going to give you access, right? And then once they've done that, they're going to charge you again on a monthly basis, on a recurring basis. In business, this is called continuity. This allows you to be able to have more and more freedom as time goes on, as you get more and more customers. Okay. So what you want to do in your business, you want to make sure that you have a way to be able to process payment, a way to get paid, right? I use a great tool called Stripe, right? And then you can send out agreements to people. A lot of people use different types of software. Some people use DocuSign. I've used DocuSign, but also PandaDoc. I love PandaDoc, just a shameless plug for them. They're awesome. And so they can integrate. So let's say that you're finding somebody like Bill. He decides, yeah, I want to work with you. So you send him an agreement through PandaDoc, and PandaDoc will automatically connect to Stripe, which allows money to come into your account. And then you can set up a way for those payments to come to you on a recurring monthly basis. Really, really cool that that's something that is an option for you, right? A way to be able to collect money every month, just like Netflix does, right? So that means you don't have to call your customers on a monthly basis, collect their credit card again, and get payment, right? The system will automatically do that for you. That will lighten your load. Again, think about being out on vacation, money's coming in, you're getting paid. Very, very exciting for you, right? So again, we find, we get paid, then we provide value. Just like we've spoken about before, kind of the bottom rung of that basic business model, we need to be able to provide value to people, right? We do that through a pocket-sized partner. So you've got to have individuals that can actually do the work for you, so you don't have to do the heavy lifting. You don't want to have to be doing the optimization on search engines to make them populate higher. That's a lot of work, a lot of tough type of work to do, right? That's not something that you want to kind of dive into the weeds on. You want to have somebody else do that. Again, think of the general contractor. With the home builder, he's going to hire subcontractors, so he or she doesn't have to do that, right? So we want you to have that same type of experience, right? That's what you should be doing in service-based arbitrage, finding somebody else who can do the heavy lifting for you. All right. Very, very exciting. That's how you're going to be providing value. Now, what's cool is a pocket-sized partner could even be providing reports, right, to your clients. Every week they could send a report to the client and say, hey, here's where you're populating this week. Here's where you're showing up, or here's what your ads look like this week. Here's how many leads you got, whatever it might be. That way you're even more removed from actually being into the nitty gritty of things. It allows you to be able to enjoy a more liberated lifestyle, more freedom, right? People that I help, I call them lifestyle legends, right? I want you to be able to have more freedom, more time with the people you love, doing the things that you enjoy. You deserve it. I really believe people deserve that. Now, the fourth thing, right? So again, we've covered finding, then you want to make sure that you're able to get paid, provide value, and then you repeat, right? So it's really exciting to think about helping one customer. That's great. Say you're making, in our example that we gave earlier, an extra $600 a month in profit. Boy, that's exciting. What could that do for you? You could use that to pay off debt. You could use that to invest. You could use that to build other companies. You could use that to buy fun stuff. But what if you were able to repeat this process over and over and over again, right? That allows you to grow that recurring amount every month and allows you to have more freedom, to increase the value of your business, of your asset, to buy fun things. Maybe you want a fun car, or you want to be able to go on a fun vacation. Right? When you have an asset, when you've either bought one or built one, you can use that money that comes in from the asset to pay for liabilities. Liabilities are things that take money, right? So when people buy liabilities before they have assets, it's not very smart, right? So for example, you may know somebody that bought a really, really expensive car or truck when they didn't have the money to do it. They're trying to buy something with money they don't have to impress people they don't care about. Right? That's not very smart. But what if they had an asset, something that was providing them some cash flow or some money, right? On a monthly basis, or in a way that made them enough money to justify that liability. Then it can make sense. Again, let's say that you have 10 clients, and we'll just use the example from earlier, making $600 a month times 10, $6,000. What if you want to buy a really cool car and the payment on it is $1,500 a month? Well, you have $6,000 coming in on a recurring basis. That is an asset that can pay for your liabilities. Very, very fun, very exciting, right? I would encourage you to learn everything you possibly can about this, why it works, how it works, what's most important about how this can apply to you in your lifestyle, and how you can enjoy so much more time with the people that you love, right? With your family, doing things that you enjoy, right? It's an absolute blast. Now, if you're interested in learning any more about service-based arbitrage, make sure that you book a call with a team member. You can send me a message on social media or go to the website, $0startup.com, and we can set up a time to be able to talk to you. We want to make sure you have the best experience in the world and that you're able to fully understand how this works, right? Why it works and why it's so important. We hope that this was meaningful, hope it was helpful. Y'all deserve the very, very best. This is service-based arbitrage, the best kept secret in business. Enjoy.